Hey dudes, CI here. So I realize I haven't talked about the Timbers in a while. The season has started. We are 2 games into the 2018 season and the Timbers suck. We've had 2 games and 2 losses and we haven't looked good in either of those losses. So I know this is an issue that I care about much more than any of you do, but since it's a big part of my life, I might as well just give you at least one introduction to the season. Maybe over the course of the season I'll have more, but here is just an introduction to this year. We're 0-2, we really stink, and we look like we don't know what we're doing. Now, there are reasons for this. There was a lot of turnover in the off-season. The biggest one, our coach quit, unless he was fired. It's very unclear. It was a huge surprise to everyone. It was like on a Wednesday, who knows, and everyone was just kind of, okay, dinner time, everything's good, and then Twitter explodes because the coach has quit or been fired or nobody knows, and everyone is freaking out, losing their minds. Came out of nowhere, couldn't have been more of a surprise. Nobody understands it. So, immediately, all of Timberdon goes into a huge panic, and we're like, what's going to happen? Well, they did get a new coach, and everyone says he's great. We'll see. He seems like a decent enough guy, but it's different, and because it's different, the team doesn't really seem to know yet how to play his style, and we'll see how long it takes. There were also some players that left. Darlington Nagbe, one of our greatest players, one of our longest-term players, he wanted a little bit too much money, a little more money than the team wanted to pay him. So they shipped him over to Atlanta, got a bucket of gold in return, and we are all a little bit sad about this. We liked him. Nagbe was a good guy. We brought in some newbies. This guy Polo, who I have no idea if this guy's any good. After 2 games, he seems like a bust. Cascante, he hasn't even played in the 2 games. Armenteros, he looked really good in preseason, but in these 2 games, nothing special. Nobody really looks special in these first 2 games. And I am writing my weekly column again this year. You can go to Stumptown Footy and read it every week if you want. This past week, well, it was ugly. It was a very dark and dour column because we'd just gotten beat 4-0 and the team looked horrible. And I said so, and we asked a bunch of questions, and all of the Timber fan base got together, and we cried a little bit and wrung our hands, and we wondered what's going to happen next. So we've got a game this Saturday. Who's going to play? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that the coach benches everybody and puts in a bunch of new players, because what's the worst that can happen? We'll lose 4-0? We already lost 4-0. We've proven that that's what we are. So let's get those old bums out of there and put some new bums in. See how they do. It's early. We got a lot of new faces, a whole new system, so it's going to be ugly here at the beginning. But hopefully, over the course of this year, things will get better. Unless they don't. Unless they suck all year long. And this is just a mess. Oh, I'll be so sad. But anyway, that's your introduction to the 2018 Timbers season. I know it doesn't matter as much to you as it does to me, but just be aware that it's happening and that it is occupying far too much of my time and my feelings, and hopefully, things start to go a little bit better. Alright guys, that's it from me. I'll see you next week.